Hey guys, it's Dad with Dad's Guide to Adulting. I hope you're doing well and that you're having a great day. In this video, we're going to continue talking about the rules for living, and we're going to talk in particular about the differences between action and procrastination. Procrastination is one of the biggest problems that many of us have in our lives. We put off things that we have to do and don't want to do, but we also put off things that we do want to do until it may be too late to actually get them done. Sometimes on the first category, it can seem like our to-do lists are just overwhelming. There's so much to do in every aspect of our lives: getting our jobs done, getting our exercise in, paying the bills, checking up on family, arranging fun times with friends, taking the dogs to the vet. The list goes on and on. It can be exhausting. The list varies for each one of us, but you know what's on your list, just like I know what's on mine. And truth be told, I even procrastinated making this video. So we're all guilty of it from time to time. So what does procrastinating on things lead to? It leads to two things. First, it leads to stress, and second, it leads to a lack of productivity and wasted time. On the stress, when we know we have to do something but we keep putting it off, it ends up becoming a much bigger deal than it needs to be. We start feeling guilty about not having done it, and we become worried about the consequences of delaying it. That stress affects everything you do, including your mental and your physical health. It's not good for you, and let's be honest, it's entirely self-created and entirely avoidable. It's something we do to ourselves. If we would just get to work and get started, the stress would disappear. So if you don't like being stressed, procrastinating is not your friend. And the second thing, lack of productivity. Procrastination makes us less productive. We end up spending wasted time on things that are not moving the ball forward in any areas of our lives. Oftentimes, the way we procrastinate involves getting involved in bad habits or non-productive things, checking out our friends' latest posts on social media, looking at videos on YouTube or Instagram for hours which are not doing anything to teach us or help us make us better, going to this kitchen for an entirely unnecessary snack. Try to figure out what your bad habits are and what's causing you to procrastinate, and work on trying to get rid of them. Procrastinating on things that we don't want to do is of course bad, but there's something even worse, which is putting off something we do want to do. One of the things that many of us do, unfortunately, is we postpone our joys till later. We always think that there'll be plenty of time to do the things that we want to do. That's a really dangerous philosophy because life is really very short. And if we delay creating memories, we can find out that we've missed our chance. The worst consequences of procrastination means denying yourself the opportunities to do important things that are on your bucket list, happy things that will give you an opportunity to create memories with family and friends. So, those are the problems from procrastinating. What do you actually do about it? In my experience, there are really two ways you can sort of help yourself try to stop procrastinating. One of them is practical, and the other is sort of philosophical. So let's talk about the practical side first. Try to avoid a common problem, which is over-planning and under-executing. I have been guilty of this often in my life, including in putting this whole Dad's Guide project together. I've had this idea for a long time, and it's taken me too long to get these videos on the internet. Don't spend so much time planning that you never actually get to work. As one of our great military leaders once said, a good plan violently executed right now is far better than a perfect plan executed or carried out later. Another way to describe this in a common expression is don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. So you waste time not actually implementing a perfectly good plan. It is better to advance the ball forward than it is to have the perfect plan for advancing the ball forward. And second practical suggestion, and I find this does work well, just get started with a small part of the project. Sometimes we get overwhelmed by the size of a task that we have to accomplish. When you feel that way, pick the smallest part of the project and just get started doing that. If you have to clean out your garage, go out there and just take the litter box and clean that out. Then move on to something else small. Knock down a couple of cobwebs, start dusting off the windowsills, and so on and so on. If you're at work and you have to prepare a 50-state survey for your company, then just get started with something small. I'd pick Rhode Island because that's a really small state. If you can just get started on one small part of the project, before you know it, you'll be rocking and rolling and making good progress. Remember, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step, and a body at rest tends to stay at rest, and a body in motion tends to stay in motion. Get yourself going and get yourself in motion. Take that first step. And then on the philosophical side, there are wonderful quotes out there. On the internet, you can find many of them about why procrastination is so harmful. It can be helpful if you stop for a few minutes and think about some of these things. The more valuable of them focus on the things you may be missing out on if you procrastinate. My personal favorite is the quote that procrastination is the grave in which opportunity is buried. Think about that for a second. It's true in so many aspects of your life. The longer you wait to get something done, the better the odds are that you're going to miss the chance to do it at all. In business, an opportunity that was yours for the taking may be seized by somebody else moving faster. Somebody else may land that big client or get that big contract or get the patent. In your personal life, that wonderful person with whom you are smitten may end up dating somebody else because you never asked them to go out with you. Or even worse, something like a planned trip with your elderly mother or father that you put off until you've got free time doesn't happen and all of a sudden they're gone. You really want to try to avoid that. The list of things you might miss out on is endless. We all have our personal goal list. Don't procrastinate on getting them done. As has been said often, don't dream your life, live your dream. Don't let your motorhome be sitting in your garage for years without you actually getting out and using it. Whatever turns you on, whatever makes you happy, get it done. One of my favorite TV shows has always been The Office, and there is a wonderful scene in the last episode of the whole series in which Pam is talking about how it was too painful for her to go back and watch the previous episodes because she sat there and watched herself being 5 feet away from the man she loved, Jim, for 4 years, and it took her that long to get to him. She basically missed opportunities for her to be happy, and once that time has passed, you don't get it again. Her advice in the last episode, which I encourage you to go watch, was for all of us to be strong and to go after what you want and act fast, because life just isn't that long. So Pam was right. You may be in your teens or your 20s now, but I promise you that in a blink and a flash, you will be in your 50s, an old fuddy-duddy like me who has more years behind him than he does ahead of him. Don't wait, because it all goes by in a flash. Get that painful project completed, reduce your stress level, and go have some fun. And if you have a dream goal, or if you have any plans that you want to accomplish before you die, go get it done now and don't wait. And then send me an email telling me all about it so I can live vicariously through you. So that's our video on action and procrastination. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. And until then, remember, you got this.